Good morning and happy Thursday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For those of you that might be new here, what we typically do is go over crypto news and news in general in the space. I update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Bitcoin has hit $100,000. Who is going to remember this day for the rest of their lives? This is insane. Insane. Let's see who's in the house, then we'll get into this. Mr. Black Team, Black Hat Team rather. Sorry, good to see you, buddy. We have Andrew Masad, Peepaw Bill. Good morning, sir. Leo Lustig. Let's see, Alexander. Good morning. Savage White. Good to see you. Let's see who else is here. Scrolling down. Nick K. 10 minutes to midnight. Triple Nickel. I need my BTC. Avea. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. I always butcher that. Adam, good to see you. Puddles, Doughboy, everybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Let's look at this chart, or this coin 360 over here. Look at Bitcoin, 102,757. This is insane.
Perfect.
Never in my life did I think that when I got into Bitcoin, when I was looking into this, I was watching a gold and silver channel when I heard about Bitcoin, and then I started searching it, and then the rest is history. And yeah, it was like $3 grand when I first saw it. It's at $102,000 now. This is insane. Ethereum at 39.28. Ethereum has woken up. This is crazy. Absolutely insane. XRP is taking a pullback at $2.40, down about 7%. Solana's at 243 bucks. We have Dogecoin over here. Look at Doge. Holy shit. 44.5 cents. Over 44.5 cents. Wow, my L7 must be killing it right now. Congrats to anybody that has an L7 or an L9. The LTC over here, Litecoin, $136. Holy crap. ETC's even doing well, 37.53. Wow, look at that. Casper's holding over 16 cents. Let's see what else we got. BNB 734 bucks. ADA's at $1.23. Man, this market is fantastic. Render's over 10 bucks. Look at that, up 13.85%. STX is at $2.92. Link is at $24.35. All the meme coins are pumping. Man, I gotta check my Shiba bag. Jasmy's up 20% to almost 5 cents. What?
Perfect.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You guys think we're gonna hit 120K by the end of the year? With the Santa rally, we might have it. I don't know. It's either that or it's gonna be like end of January once Trump takes office. I think we're gonna hit 120. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. All right, crypto bubbles over here. Let's see. Jasmy's biggest earner of the day, 21.6% up again, almost 5 cents. That's wild. Jasmy's doing really well. Hopefully you guys have some of that. Honestly, I sold out of mine at like 3.5 cents or something last time, and I just haven't bought back in. I wish I did. I definitely wish I did. Let's see. Render again, 13.9% up on the day. Those are the two biggest earners. Biggest loser of the day seems to be TRX over here, down 9.7%, but that was up a lot yesterday. So it is in 10th place, or ranked 10th over here on Coin 360. Interesting. 34 cents. 34 cents. All right, flashbang. Fear and Greed Index is at an 84. Extreme Greed.
Bruh.
This is it's getting pretty high. Getting pretty high. That's when I start worrying about it. When it gets into the mid 80s, yeah, that's expect some sort of pullback, I guess, in the next I don't know, little bit, next couple weeks, right, or next couple days anyways. If it starts getting into the 90s, then yeah, I would just be cautious. I wouldn't be jumping in. Don't FOMO yet, right? That's just my opinion. You guys do what you want. Don't take financial advice from people on YouTube. That'll be your first mistake. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap over here. Sorry, yeah, by coin market cap over here on CoinGecko. I just got tripped up because I noticed Bitcoin was at a $2 trillion market cap. That is insane. Bitcoin is at a $2 trillion market cap. Holy hell. All right, starting with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. We have Tether, Solana, BNB, Dogecoin, Cardano, USDC, and Lido Staked Ether is in 10th place, not Tron like Coin 360 says, but Lido Staked Ether has a $38 billion market cap. I can't believe that's crazy. Bitcoin, $2 trillion market cap. Holy shit. This morning is crazy. That is nuts. It's a good morning to wake up and look at the charts. I saw a meme. Oh man, it was the best. It was on Twitter. It was like a Bitcoin, like just like a head of a Bitcoin thing, had arms, and it was like touching someone's back, and it was like, hey, look at me, and the guy was like, Bitcoin please, I'm trying to work. It's a riot. I don't even know who posted it. I saw it this morning. It was way too early for me to even acknowledge. I should have saved that. All right, let's see. Caspa 45th place over here, $4 billion market cap. You know what? I'm not even gonna go through other coins. Everything's doing freaking fantastic. LTC, Dogecoin, killing it. I just want to see what the miners are looking like. So let's jump into that. Jump into the mining segment of things. You guys know I like to timestamp this stuff. We got the Alpha Packs DG. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. God damn it. The DG Hydro 1 over here, 20 gigahash unit, making $64.38 a day at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Again, after you pay your electric rate at 10 cents, if you have 10-cent electric rate, this is what you earn per day. The L9 17 gigahash unit over here, making $58.80 a day. We have the L9 16 gigahash unit, making $55.34. Let's see, the AL1 Pro, a lithium. How's lithium doing? $38.46. That's a 16.6 terahash unit. Let's look at lithium quick. A lithium, not 10%. What is happening? $1.88. Nice. A duking for a lithium. Oh yeah, that's sick. It's been climbing. That's good. $1.08. Hopefully it breaks $2. That'd be sick. Oh yeah. All right, so the AL machines are coming back. This is nice. Crazy pump for Hive Mapper. Shut up. Tell me you're lying. Oh god, messed that up. Oh yeah, it's honey. That's right. I don't know why I just didn't type in honey. 42%. You know why? Do you know why that's pumping? Because I swapped some last night to buy some of Brandon Coin's new jellyfish token. That's why. That's why it's pumping. You're welcome. I'm just kidding, but no, that's damn nice. Good. You know what? Hive Mapper, the team over there watched everything. All right, they had a good thing going for a while, and this is a great use case. I think this is gonna go far, to be honest. I just don't know, like the whole team just like fired everybody that worked there, and that's when shit just went completely sideways. So I don't know. It's Hive Mapper is a good project. It really is, and it has great use case. It'll be very helpful to people trying to buy real estate and all that stuff. And just I don't know, it's neat. It's neat to look into it, but yeah, the people that run it I don't even know anymore. All right, so the L7 over here, looking at my 9050. I got this thing down at Terra Hosting. Shout out to them if you guys are interested in hosting. Link is in the description. I pay 10 cents per kilowatt hour, or even a little less actually. And yeah, I can't run this thing up here. It's 30 cents per kilowatt hour up here, so it's 3 times the amount, or 2 times what I'm paying down there. Oh, 3 times. Yeah, no, it's 3 times. Man, can't do math this morning. 9050. Anyways, $27.64 a day.
Perfect.
That is freaking insane. Absolutely love that machine. I wish I had more. I do wish I had more. All right, let's see. What is the Gold Shell AL Max 8.3 terahash unit, making $15 a day? Interesting. Let's see. The EDG1M. I got this thing in my solar trailer. I'm going to turn this thing on today for sure. 3.4 gigahashes, 1800 watts. Actually, there's a low power mode. Thing runs at like 1100 watts, or a little over 1000 watts at like 2.6 or something, and it's pretty profitable. But on solar, it's 100% profits. $9.15 a day at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. That's amazing. Shout out to Gold Shelf sending that over. That is crazy. Use code CHUMP. Actually, I think you get like 20% off the miner. It's like $600 off. It's crazy. You guys go in there to buy it. I would just buy the coin though. Don't buy miners. That's just my opinion. You guys do what you want. You're adults. All right. Gold Shell Mini Doge 3, 6. I got the Pro. Where is it? Oh, the Plus. Sorry. 810 mega hashes, 500 watts. Make it $2 a day. That's not bad. That could be worse. That could be very worse. Let's. You know what? I'm just gonna go to. I want to go to the Dogecoin and Litecoin tab, and I want to see the mini box miner, the little one, the original Gold Shell Mini Doge, 185 mega hashes, 233 watts, 17 cents a day. I should just sell these things. I have like 6 of them, and I know someone will want to buy them. Cheap money, just get rid of them. But yeah, I don't have 17 cents per kilowatt hour, but I can run these things on solar all day. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. That's crazy. Doge is a long-term hold for me, or hodl, whatever you guys want to call it. But yeah, that's me. Interesting. DJ Mines. Oh man, good to see you, buddy. All right, let's pop into the GPUs over here. See what the most profitable coin is. Looks like a Leo. Nothing's really changed. How is Leo doing? Let's see. Hive Mapper, 13 cents. It's great. A Leo, let's see. 4% up on the day. $1.68. Looking okay. It's down on the 7-day, but it's higher in the 24-hour. Nice. Could be worse. Mine and sell, I wouldn't hold it. That's just me. I don't know what the project's about though, so do your own research. Chlor. I just want to look at Chlor quick. 4% up on the day. Almost 5%, 13 cents. Nice. Nice. Anybody holding Chlor? Let me know. It's actually got a use case platform, AI platform. It's pretty nice. Nice. Up on the 3-month. It's definitely not up on the 1 year, but 3-month, that's pretty good signs of life. That's nice. That's definitely nice. All right, so yeah, looks like Aleo, Chlor for the AMD cards, or Aleos for the NVIDIA cards, and Chlor's for AMD. Conflux and Pyron, nice. Let's look at Conflux. $0.24, almost 25. It's down 1%. Nice, up over the month, up over 3 months. Still down over the year, but not bad. What's the all-time high? Oh god, it's 85% down. You guys know I like to look at coins that are 80% or more down. You can usually make some money, but you got to pick the right ones. They're not all just winners. You know what I mean? All right, moving on to the news. I want to get into this stuff. I got to watch a couple of videos. Crypto Zombie dropped a video yesterday just before it hit 100K, so we're going to get into that shortly. But Michael Saylor's Bitcoin strategy has Wall Street on fire. Let's see what he's got to say over here on Fox Business yesterday morning.
Breaking right now, each day everybody is reminded directly or indirectly that we are in the fourth industrial revolution. Now, investors, in fact, reminded today, well, every time you peek on your portfolio, but particularly today, right? You look at the top performing names in today's session. At the top of the list, Salesforce.com is surging. Now, here's the thing. It's all about AI. You know, and just earlier this year, Salesforce.com, the stock got hammered because they were falling behind. They had no real AI vision that the street could see. Down at 1.16% on the year. Now it's up over 40% on the year. And I got to tell you, I continue to marvel at these managers that have sort of written off the notion of a fourth industrial revolution and the key components from AI to Bitcoin and the blockchain. I got to tell you something. I am a natural born Luddite. I always tell people, if I was around when NetLudd was around, I would have been breaking up weaving machines too. But I know that these moments have several things in common. That ultimately humankind enjoys richer existence because of the driven visionaries. But it's never an easy transition, and it's never without controversy. Today, we have two of those visionaries with us that the world will be talking about 100 years from now. Sam Altman later on in the show, and Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy's executive chairman and Bitcoin evangelist, joins us now. Michael, it's so good to see you in the flesh, my man.
Here I am.
Yeah, here you are. So let's talk about this because there are three things I want to
so fucking happy right now.
talk to you about in this interview. First, I want to talk about this MicroStrategy approach to buying Bitcoin because it's got Wall Street on fire. Some people are excited, some people aren't. So the strategy is essentially you're raising billions of dollars to buy Bitcoin. You have a convertible bond with arbitrage opportunities. Volatility is a financial engine. Usually volatility in this certain circumstance is a positive thing and also suitable for raising money in the future. So walk us through how does it really work?
Well, you've got one group of investors that want low volatility. They want a secure, comfortable ride. So we sell them a convertible bond. You've got other kinds of investors that want super high performance, the sports car. They're buying the equity. We borrow the money from the convertible bond market at 0% interest. We buy Bitcoin, we lever up the equity, so the equity outperforms Bitcoin, and that's great for equity investors. And for the bond investors, they can't stand the equity risk, they don't want the downside risk, but they have a huge appetite for the bonds.
Why do they have, I saw one of the critics that said, who the hell is buying these? Who's buying them? They said, why would anyone buy them? They have 0% interest.
Well, one group of people would be long Bitcoin investors. They're going to buy the bonds because they get the upside of Bitcoin without the downside. Another group of investors are convertible arbitragers. They actually buy the bond, short the stock, extract sort of a risk-free premium out of the instrument, and they can only do that with a convertible bond. They can't do it with equity, and they can't do it with Bitcoin.
So again, you face a lot of critics with all of this. What do you say to people who are saying, hey, you're making up financial terms? Like, all the stuff you're kind of talking about is goobly gop, and it's made up, and it's just sort of taking advantage of a moment in time when there's sort of a financial hysteria around the world, and it's not sustainable.
Well, I would say that public companies exist to issue securities. So some fixed income investors, they want a guaranteed coupon or they want low risk and they want to participate without the volatility. Others want to make an investment. If you want to invest in New York City, you can either buy the real estate or you can invest in a company that borrows a lot of money to develop 10 times as much real estate. So we're offering investors whatever degree of risk and performance they want. And there's hundreds of trillions of dollars in the capital market that absolutely has to buy a security, and they cannot buy the commodity. Right. So we're serving their need.
The volatility as a positive from your perspective, I think you called it or equated it to fire some earlier in the week. Explain that part of it.
Well, imagine I have a 40-ton weight in my backyard. It's a sculpture. That's US dollars on the balance sheet. Imagine I take the 40-ton weight and I put it on a flywheel and I spin it 60 RPM. That's a turbine. Now imagine I extend the arm a bit and I get it to go 120 RPM and I plug it into a power plant. Now I've got a reactor. And so what MicroStrategy is doing is we're tapping in that volatility. We're using $40 billion of capital to capture the energy. We're powering our equity forward, and we're benefiting the entire crypto economy and the conventional capital markets.
So, Michael, recently had a chance to address Microsoft to explain them the value of all of this Bitcoin, and you're obviously proud of yourself. We saw your video. I think it was like 17 takes, but I thought
21 times.
21 times, not
21
bad,
times.
not bad. I
Yeah.
think one time it took Earl Campbell like 59 times to do one commercial. I think it's a great opportunity, though, to borrow some of these slides to educate also the audience, because not everyone knows the benefits. So obviously I wanted to start with this because it dovetails into the whole conversation of the fourth industrial revolution, this technology wave, digital capital coming right after, of course, the personal computer down to AI. What distinguishes this, the digital capital?
Look, when we saw digital photos transform, a lot of people didn't get the fact that Kodak was going to get replaced by Instagram and Facebook, but they get digital photos. Digital capital is what happens when your long-term store of value goes from a building or goes from a portfolio of stocks to a digital asset like Bitcoin. Bitcoin represents the digital transformation of hundreds of trillions of dollars of capital in the world.
Right.
No one expected to see it, so they don't quite get
Right.
what it's going to be, except for the fact it's worth all the money in the world.
So let's talk about that, because you have a couple of slides showing assets around the world. First, okay, let's start with this from again, geared toward Microsoft, but some critics would say when you talk about digital capital being economically and technically superior, no tax. I mean, that doesn't mean it can't be taxed in certain jurisdictions at some point. No torts. Legal issues are going to come up. No regulator. I mean, these are great points, but are they forever points?
The point is, I got $100 million in New York City and I buy a building, I got to worry about someone slipping and falling on the sidewalk and a property tax. But if I can snap my fingers and teleport the building to Zambia, Central Africa, or to Monaco, all of a sudden it's a teleportable building. And of course, if I don't have any tenants in the building, I don't got to worry about them defaulting. So digital capital is the ability to move the money at the speed of light anywhere on Earth and program it on a computer. There's a lot of people that are going to want that rather than having, pick a country in Africa where you want to invest your life savings in a building forever.
Yeah, let's say Angola.
Right, and what happens if the government fails? You lose everything.
Exactly.
But if you could put the building in your pocket and go to the place where you like the government, maybe you get to keep your money.
Great. Let's talk about how it's going to grow.
So
in your
smart.
presentation, you have this slide twice. The first one, right now, Bitcoin is $2 trillion. You're saying in 21 years, $280 trillion. How do we get there?
What I'm saying is the wealth in the entire world is growing because of innovation, because of technology, but also because of inflation. And people are thinking to sell their Central African real estate to buy Bitcoin, or sell their Siberian natural gas to buy Bitcoin, or sell their Argentine currency to buy Bitcoin. So as people migrate their capital into this global monetary asset, that asset class is going to grow faster
than the rest
than
of
equity, faster than gold, faster than real estate.
But also, did I read somewhere that you're saying each Bitcoin would be worth the equivalent of $13 million?
Yeah, well, when you crank in the growth rate, which for me, the base case is 29% a year on average for 21 years, that gets you from where we are today to 13 million a coin in the year 2045.
All right, so we've talked about the financial parts of this. You and I have had great conversations in the
Daddy's buying a Lambo, kids.
past about the humanitarian part of this, right? And I want to talk about that. You just mentioned Africa, for instance. Bitcoin's philosophy and political promise. This is an article from 2022. It's not just a decentralized peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It's more, right? This is what this article is saying. And it's going to have an impact on economies, philosophy, politics, human rights, and society. That is huge to live up to.
Bitcoin is a protocol for prosperity. Fire, electricity, steel, English, mathematics, you would give them to the world. Bitcoin is an economic protocol. Once you master Bitcoin, you can figure out how to save your wealth, how to economically prosper. It works for a country, a company, a family, an individual. Nobody owns it. It's a utilitarian, egalitarian entitlement, just a good for the world. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about it.
And particularly underdeveloped nations, right? I mean, this is what we're really talking about, a way for them to catch up. I mean, right now, if you're an underdeveloped nation and you want to try to catch up, you're at the whims or the mercy of the IMF or the World Bank, who, quite frankly, they have rates sometimes that are like, that makes the mafia blush, right? I mean, to me, you're always going to be an underdeveloped nation if you have to go to the World Bank to borrow money.
If you're a type 1 diabetic, you can eat continuously and you'll starve to death because you cannot store organic energy. If you don't have a capital asset like Bitcoin, I can send billions or tens of billions of dollars to Africa. You can make billions. The money will just drain out of your capital structure because you're storing it in a currency which is collapsing faster than you can actually generate it.
Will large industrialized countries allow this to live up to its promise? It's one thing to say it's a $2 trillion asset. It's another to say, hey, eventually this will replace fiat currency, which a lot of folks believe it will.
I think you got to keep in mind money bifurcates into currency, the medium of exchange, of which the dollar is the world reserve currency, and capital, the store of value, of which right now real estate and equity portfolios are the world reserve capital. Bitcoin is emerging to compete with equity and real estate as world reserve capital. But those Africans, they can't buy real estate in the US. They can't buy equity in the New York Stock Exchange. It's global capital. And once you understand that, you realize that every nation that respects property rights is going to support Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If you go communist, full-on socialist, North Korea, Cuba, they're going to expropriate your property. But any place where people respect property rights and they give you a chance for capitalism and freedom, they're going to allow you to have Bitcoin. And the competitor really is, the Vanguard 500 is going to get demonetized a little bit. And then instead of buying a real estate portfolio and a third apartment, you buy some Bitcoin. And I don't think that's threatening to anybody.
Well, the Trump administration, no, because they're talking about a strategic reserve. But, again, these nations that are in trouble, maybe. I do want to point out, I always talk to people about this, like,
Look at this headline. Right, yeah, lost $6 billion in a day. It's Michael Saylor back in the day.
Own money. A lot of folks don't realize, it was worth something, in part because it was so dangerous to go to other islands to get it, to bring it back home and to manufacture it. So there is a certain inherent wealth. All right, the third part of this, I got to talk about your saga, because you are such an amazing story. This right here, the headline from the New York Daily News in March of 2000. Lost $6 billion in a day. Hotshot tech CEO loses his fortune. I mean, they blamed you for this massive crash in the stock. How did you deal with this then and stay focused to get to where you are right now?
It's very humbling. It reminds you sometimes that you need a good team and you can't do too much too fast. I wish I'd had Bitcoin back then. My life would have been a lot easier. I think having lived through all the difficulties of my 30 years in business, when I got to the point where I saw Bitcoin, I realized the elegance of.
Did you have a eureka moment when you put it all together? Was there like a eureka moment? You ran out of the house with a bath towel on, like, I figured it out.
Yeah, it's everybody working themselves to death as hard as they can, and they can't get ahead. Yeah. And that's because you're trying to do too much, but you don't have the right savings technology. And so Bitcoin was that way out of that working myself to death.
Of course, you still have detractors now. Give you an example. I'm sure you know Jim Chanos, for instance. Of course, famous hedge fund manager known for shorting companies. He shorted Enron. This is just a recent tweet where he went after you. Now, part of this probably is because you crushed him. I mean, let's face it, he was short your stock for a long time, and I'm sure he's gotten hammered. But there are other people out there that are saying this whole thing, again, getting a little bit back to what we were talking about earlier, is just sort of a P.T. Barnum act. What do you say to the folks on the street that still don't get it?
Well, I think there are a lot of successful, well-known people that just don't understand digital capital. I mean, there were successful people running Kodak. There's successful people running Xerox, and there are successful people that didn't care for the automobile or electricity. I think another decade and they'll start to appreciate it. But right now, you're going to have a lot of rich, famous people that are skeptical until they put in the 100 hours to learn about Bitcoin.
I was just telling my team, I read an article recently that 20 years after the invention of the automobile, there was a movement to get rid of it. They said, we tried it, it didn't work, it's slow, it's not as reliable as the horse and buggy. So to your point, maybe it takes some time. I can't let you go without talking about the future after you pass away, because you've talked about establishing...
after you pass away, what the hell's that? Who asked that?
A sort of mission, a charity to support Bitcoin and the adoption of Bitcoin forever. What does that look like in your mind?
Oh, he tweeted it.
Well,
All right.
You know, I'm reminded of the fact that Rockefeller contributed a lot of money to a lot of causes, and 100 years after his death, people are criticizing him for something that one of his charities is doing right now. So sometimes you got to be careful about big charity. But what I would say about Bitcoin, which is just wonderful, is if you accumulate a lot of wealth in Bitcoin and you just burn the keys when you leave, you're making a pro rata contribution to everybody that owns Bitcoin in the world based upon their contribution and their knowledge of Bitcoin. So I think that supporting Bitcoin as a protocol for prosperity is just a great thing to do. And otherwise, I think, you know, take the Bitcoin with you.
Yeah. Will you be known more for the economic success or the humanitarian success?
I hope I'm known for having taken the torch from Satoshi and went on to commercialize Bitcoin with corporations and governments decades after he passed.
All right. Let's remember what happened to Prometheus. Let's hope that doesn't happen to you as you try to pass the torch on. Michael.
That's awesome. I wonder, like, does he not have any kids? Does anybody know? I'm gonna have to look it up later. I don't know. I mean, I'm leaving all my shit to my kids. I ain't taking nothing with me. All right, let's see. CNBC, Crypto World. We got over here, Trump picks former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins to lead agency. Let's see what this is all about. This is obviously Crypto World CNBC. Let's do it.
Today, Trump taps former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins to lead the agency in yet another pro-crypto move. And Joe McCann of the crypto hedge fund Asymmetric reacts to the planned nomination and what it means for the industry.
Yeah, he has no kids. All right, well, that makes sense then. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't leave shit to anybody else either.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Jordan Smith. Crypto markets mixed this morning. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin lost 0.25% and was trading at $94,900. Ether jumped.
This is yesterday. This spiked down real quick. I think it was like, didn't it get down to like, was it just 94 or did it get down to 92? I don't know. And then it just slams up past 100K.
Nearly 6% to $3,758, and Solana gained 1.25%. All right, let's talk about the top stories. Alex Mashinsky, the former CEO of collapsed crypto lending platform Celsius, has pleaded guilty to fraud. Yesterday, the former CEO pleaded guilty to committing securities and commodities fraud and faces a possible maximum sentence of 30 years. Celsius filed for bankruptcy in July of 2022, and Mashinsky was arrested in July of 2023. He and the company were also sued by the SEC and CFTC, accusing him and Celsius Network of defrauding customers. The former crypto lending platform exited bankruptcy earlier this year and has since focused on Bitcoin mining. Next, OpenAI has hired its first chief marketing officer from Coinbase. Kate Rue led Coinbase's marketing efforts since 2021 and worked on various projects, including those Super Bowl QR ads back in 2022. On a next post, she reflected on her time at Coinbase, saying that Coinbase was the hardest and greatest thing she's ever done, and that the company has been tested financially, legally, reputationally, and politically. Her role as OpenAI's chief marketing officer starts Monday. Finally, we've got some breaking news out of the Trump transition team. Paul Atkins, a former SEC commissioner, has been tapped by President-elect Trump to lead that agency. On a Truth Social post this afternoon, Trump said that Atkins, quote, recognizes that digital assets and other innovations are crucial to making America greater than ever before. Earlier, I spoke with Joe McCann of crypto hedge fund Asymmetric about what the news means for the crypto industry.
All right, Joe, thank you so much for joining me to talk about Paul Atkins as potential SEC chair under a Trump administration. And it seems to me like the biggest draw for the industry, for the crypto industry, is that he comes from this consulting firm that advises a small number of crypto clients. There was some reporting that he's potentially looking at cleaning up a quote mess at the agency. He's a former SEC commissioner under George W. Bush. Tell me from your perspective what the idea of Paul Atkins as SEC chair means for crypto specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I think all you have to do is look at the guy's pedigree, right? So when he was at the SEC previously, one of the things that he did was he took over at the time the largest Ponzi scheme in the United States out of bankruptcy and actually generated a 2,000% return for shareholders. This guy knows how to get things done, knows how to protect, I would say, citizens and consumers as it relates to securities and investments. But more importantly, back even in 2022 at his consulting firm that he's at, he came out and said, the SAB 121 ruling for the banks, which is effectively making it impossible for banks to custody cryptocurrencies, should be clarified for how to custody cryptocurrency. So this is a guy that brings common sense to the SEC, which I think is extremely well received by the crypto industry, but most importantly, the entrepreneurs and investors in the United States that want to safely and from a regulatory standpoint invest and participate in crypto.
I should mention that it was CoinDesk that was reporting this news, that he was potentially reluctant to take the job simply because he believed that there was a lot to change at the SEC when it comes to regulation around crypto and the agency broadly. I guess I'm curious, what does deregulation look like for crypto? The industry has been explicitly asking for more rules from Congress, from the government. So it's saying it wants regulatory oversight, but at the same time, we're talking about its potential deregulatory environment when it comes to changing leadership at the SEC. What does the kind of regulation look like here?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the one hand, there's absolutely parts of the U.S. government in general that need to be deregulated. It takes forever to get something physically built in this country. That should probably change. However, on the crypto side, we don't have clear regulatory frameworks, right? So, I don't want to speak for all investors in the United States here, but we have been begging for this type of thing for quite some time because we want to know what the rules are, because we want to operate within those rules. And I think that part of the job that he'll do at the SEC is, yes, there's going to be some deregulation happening in traditional markets that are going to enable, I would hope, additional innovation and growth of the broader economy from the deregulatory actions that he should enact. But on the crypto side, I mean, just as an example, removing something like SAB 121 or providing clarity around commodities versus securities, et cetera. This is something that we've been asking for quite some time and can actually lead to a lot of additional innovation here in the United States.
So should the industry be paying attention to what's happening at the SEC more, or should it be what's happening on Capitol Hill when it comes to regulation? Because a lot of what the industry has been asking for isn't exactly what one agency can do. We're talking about rules getting passed. And I'm just wondering if a lot of hope is being put on a potential change of SEC chair rather than the amount of work it's going to take to move something through committee, to move it through, votes on the floor of the House and then in the Senate. What should people really be looking at here when it comes to the SEC?
I mean, the short answer is all of it, right? You can't look at the current SEC enforcement actions today without looking at the politically motivated parts of, say, the U.S. Senate or just the Biden administration more broadly. By decoupling that or kind of unwinding it, you can actually start to look at what would the SEC be doing specifically? What would the CFTC be doing specifically? But I think more importantly, the Trump administration has effectively said that they're looking at creating some sort of crypto council to get smart about this. And this is what I think is a key point of having someone like Atkins come in, is you're not having somebody that's an academic. You're actually having someone from the private sector and also bringing people in that have been building in this industry for quite some time, which is ultimately what you need to kind of break the logjam that exists in DC, whether it's the tight coupling of folks like Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren, or it's just spreading out what can be done across the US government to enable innovation more broadly, thus crypto benefiting from that.
You mentioned there that President-elect Trump was considering sort of a pro-crypto position within his administration to look at the issues of the industry. And I wonder if this pick of Paul Atkins fits into this idea that Trump has said that he is the pro-crypto candidate on the campaign trail. He is now potentially a pro-crypto president. Is this latest pick fitting into that strategy from the president-elect?
I mean, I think it's hard to debate the fact that Paul Atkins is pro-digital assets and pro-crypto. You see the commentary that he did in 2022 as it relates to SAB 121. And that seems pretty evident to me. This fits in alignment, I think, with what Trump is looking to do around these broader crypto policies. Paul seems like a steady hand. He is a conservative, but he has actual experience in the private sector as well as the SEC. I don't really see a better fit for the type of individual he would want to bring in to usher in a pro-crypto and pro-innovation platform.
All right, that's all for Crypto World today.
Interesting. All right, jumping into the videos. I want to watch what Mr. Crypto Zombie has to say. Bitcoin Mega Alert. He actually called this before it hit 100,000. So let's do it.
What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Now, I actually didn't plan on making a video today, and maybe we shouldn't be getting too excited, but I don't know what's going to happen by the time you guys watch this video. But currently right now, if we see what's going on, we were consolidating inside of this pennant for quite some time, putting in higher lows, putting in lower highs, but now it looks like we're actually breaking out. Now, of course, this is on the 4 hour. If I switch this to the daily, you can see, we had all these tests, all these touches, and right here, we're actually starting to push out. So I'm not saying that we're going to go to 100,000, but Bitcoin literally right now is attempting to actually break out. And remember, guys, we've actually had a target of $102,250 now, pretty much for the past 6 months once we broke out of this range, right? And I extrapolated that using the Fibonacci retracements and stuff like that. And you guys could see we've been finding such beautiful support on this area right here, and the CME futures are already putting in 100,000. It actually already has Bitcoin priced at $100,035. So I'm kind of just gonna wing this video. Maybe we don't hit 100K, or maybe by the time I make this, we are at 100K. But either way, I think within the next week, you're gonna see Bitcoin really start to gain some momentum. If you have a look right here, this is actually really funny. This is crazy. I was joking about this with a friend the other day. But did you ever notice that when the McRib comes back to McDonald's, Bitcoin tends to go on a major pump? I don't know why that is. It could
What? Is that true?
Could be a total coincidence with the seasonality. But right. Yeah, guys, the McRib is back. So thank you, McRib, for pumping Bitcoin. No, I don't know. But, looking at what Plan B was talking about, this stock to flow, you could look anywhere as high as almost 800,000 for Bitcoin. Now, is that going to happen? Let's obviously just take it a bit at a time, piece by piece. But, having a look right here, like Leo Hart points out, Bitcoin tends to, yes, it has diminishing returns. And if you look at this logarithmic growth, it tends to want to come up to this area right before hitting this red line. And, I mean, you guys could see how how high that is up there.
Damn, we have a lot more to go, actually, looking at that.
And I mean, Bitcoin could really start moving at an incredible rate. And like Fred Krueger said, remember when the Bitcoin ETF first came out in January? The talk was we could get an initial rush and then it would level off. Exactly the opposite. We've actually seen massive inflows, literally the most successful ETF of all time, right? So that is just something that I wanted to bring up right here. And actually, give me a second here. I'm trying to find if, here we go. So I have this live price right now, so we can kind of like watch it if we want. Okay, 98, pushing on 99. We'll keep it in the background. But yeah, as you guys can see right here, so Powell came out and he basically said that Bitcoin is not a competitor to the dollar. If anything, it's a competitor to gold. And it's kind of weird. Like after this statement came out, we started to see the price move.
Or in the Federal Reserve itself, in terms of the system. What do you think of that idea?
I don't think that's how people think about it. I mean, it's so. People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital. People are not using it as a form of payment or as a store of value. It's highly volatile. It's not a competitor for the dollar. It's really a competitor for gold. That's really how I think of it.
And I'm not sure if you guys heard, but Donald Trump, I am delighted to announce the nomination of Paul Atkins to be the next chairman of the SEC. He's very big into crypto. If you guys don't know this, he's a pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto guy, and Gary Gensler is not, which he said he was probably going to resign anyway, right? And, you know, you're seeing like this sort of Trump effect. I mean, even Putin came out and was like, who can ban Bitcoin? Nobody can.
Биткоин кто может запретить?
Dude, I saw this yesterday on Twitter, and I didn't watch it because I was like, is that AI? Or is he really like doing a podcast? I thought it was fake.
Использование других электронных средств расчета. Кто может запретить? Никто, потому что это новые технологии. И чего бы ни было, чего бы ни происходило с долларом, эти инструменты так или иначе будут развиваться, потому что все будут стремиться к тому, чтобы снижать издержки и повышать надежность.
So we might as well just embrace it, right? That was the same thing that you had the mayor of Vancouver literally saying that Bitcoin is the greatest invention in human history.
Obviously, there's something going on here. And then when you learn more about Bitcoin, you realize, wait a sec, it's decentralized. No person, company, or country controls it. It really doesn't care what other people do. It can't be manipulated, and it's finite. It's like literally, I think it's the greatest invention ever in human history.
And what's crazy is you're seeing all these new like strategic reserve or buying it on the balance sheet, right? Following in the footsteps of Michael Saylor. Now you have publicly traded Hut 8 to raise up to $500 million and buy Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset. And like this guy said, Texas Soul 61 over on the Wolf of Wall Street, he was saying that TradFi is here and they're buying Bitcoin at an incredible rate.
You know, I think that everyone now in the TradFi space is able to see Bitcoin. I don't think they even saw it 15 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And I think that that's to Andrew's point, that we're gaining wallets at an incredible rate. And the wallets that we're gaining are not small buyers. They're institutions, they're governments, they're big players.
I mean, even Mayor Adams from New York kind of came out and was like, you know, you guys all laughed at me when I bought, but I told you so.
We were a country and a city that led the globe in innovation. And look at us now. It's time for a change.
Perfect.
And I've said this for years, and I'm happy that Elon is going to be part of those who are moving that change forward. We should not be afraid of Bitcoin. Remember y'all laughed at me when I first got my Bitcoin? Who's laughing now? Go look at my Bitcoin now.
That's how everybody is. Everybody that was speculative about Bitcoin. I wonder if Peter Schiff's just crying. Does anybody look at his Twitter lately?
Yeah, y'all all mock me.
I haven't looked
You're
it
taking
up.
your first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. What's wrong with you? Now you wish you would have done it. you know. And so I am happy that we're having people who are willing to think outside the box to do the things we need to do.
Now, as you guys can see, I'm currently in Florida, and yes, I am a New York native. I am.
Hold on. All right, I might as well follow him. Let's see. It says it's ironic. Hold on, let me roll it in. This is his tweet 9 hours ago. It's ironic that Bitcoin only hit 100K by buying off politicians and getting in bed with the government without expected government intervention. This milestone never would have been hit. What couldn't be done in a free market was achieved through the cohesive power of the state. He is such a douchebag. He is like, he's one of them gold buffs. If you guys don't know who he is, he's been shitting on Bitcoin for years, and he's wrong time and time again, just like the inverse Kramer bullshit.
I'm from New York. I grew up there. I lived there my whole life. And one of the reasons that I actually, well, 2 reasons I had to move was because, number one, New York is not very friendly for crypto. They just gave me a hard time with the banks and the Coinbase and everything. So I just moved to a friendlier place. And like you can see right here, this is actually my friend, Samuel Arms. He has a blockchain or he's part of a blockchain association down here. And they met with Ron DeSantis, and Florida is going to launch a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, he goes into how he's going to do it and all this other stuff. But yeah, guys, like it is literally actually happening, and I really feel bad for a lot of the people that have been on the sidelines. And by the way, guys, you know, smash up the likes. Let's get this video out there. Let's get people watching this stuff. You know, I've been doing this for 8 years, and you know, it's been an incredible journey. And here's the craziest thing. I want to show you a clip real quick. So a lot of people, they think, you know, oh, I'm too late to the party, right? Like that's it. Bitcoin is, you know, well, I mean, 100,000 is a lot of money, really, for most people. Let's be honest. If they have not bought yet, that is pretty difficult to attain for the average person. But you know, James Lavish was over here, and he was breaking down exactly how much of the market cap Bitcoin is right now, you know, compared to everything in the world. And when you realize the possibility of where Bitcoin could go, even just in like the short to medium term, you realize that you are actually still early. You know, people were saying 20,000 was too expensive, 60,000 was too expensive, 100,000 is too expensive. Yeah, but compared to what? 1 million, 2 million, 10 million? Like, what is expensive? It's all relative, right? Compared to inflation, if you want to just keep losing your money, right? So listen to this video clip, how he breaks it down, and I really like how simple he put it.
There are $900 trillion of global assets, investable assets. Bitcoin is currently 1.7 trillion of those, which is 0.02% of total assets.
You hear that? 0.02% of total assets. That's insane low.
1/10 the size of gold. So it has a long way to go here, but at $90,000, it's still only 2% of the entire investment universe. Now remember, it's 1/10 the size of gold, but gold's been around for thousands of years. Bitcoin's been around for 15. This is tremendous momentum, but a huge amount of space here for it to start taking some allocations from those other areas. Where will it take allocations from? Well, the obvious one is gold. Second obvious one is equities. The third obvious one is bonds. And then the fourth obvious one is real estate. So it's going to kind of go in that order in my mind, that investors are going to start realizing that, oh, this is digital gold. Oh, I should, instead of having my money in just equities and bonds, I should have some in Bitcoin. Oh, instead of having all of my money in real estate, and instead of looking for real estate investment opportunities, forget about your home, I should buy some Bitcoin instead. Why? Because it's liquid, it's trustworthy, it has a tremendous rate of return over the course of just 4 years. Every single 4-year period, it has a rate of return. So that's another thing. And then just doing quick math on it, you know, it's 0.2% right now. At 1% of the total global assets, Bitcoin's a $9 trillion asset and worth about $450,000 per coin. At 3%, it's worth $1.3 million per coin. So we have a long way to go. I don't know when we get to that $1 million level. I expect it to be in the next 7 years or so.
All right, so getting back to the chart.
7 years, $1 million level. Imagine. What do you guys think? Think that'll happen? When's the $1 million Bitcoin gonna come? Put it in the chat. When you guys think?
Here, guys, this could be a failed breakout. It's possible, you know, we could come up. You know, if I bring this back down to the 4-hour, you know, again, could this be?
I think Kathy Wood says by what, 2030?
Failed breakout? It's possible, right? I mean, if you just keep extending, you know, extend this out a lot farther. You know, obviously you could, you know, maybe have a failed rally and then, you know, come back down and keep consolidating. Although when you've made a move this far, generally speaking, you don't really ever see them get to the very end of the pennant. Like, they usually break out within like 65 to 70% of the way. So
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, Bitcoin is not officially $100,000 at the time of making this video, although it might be by the time you're watching. But I mean, like, how much closer do you even want to really get? Like, is it really?
So realistically, we usually come down and test support, right? So it'll like come down here. So it's probably going to come back under to like 97K or so, roughly. But I mean, it could definitely drop further. Who knows?
It's gonna even matter at that point. You know what I mean? Like, in my eyes, we've basically already done it. Again, let me show you my chart. Price discovery, essentially. But yeah, we have a target up here at around $102,000. And by the way,
these ribbons act like a magnet. They usually pull the price back down or whatever.
if you guys were trading, every time it came down on this 4-hour, this 89, you could basically just blindly put your calls in there. And, you know, even if you didn't get the full dip, you know, this move was 7%. This move was, if you count to the top, 5%, or if you waited for the second, you know, around 4.5%. So for the most part, yeah, Bitcoin is in a constructive pattern right now, and we have momentum shifting to the upside. And again, you know, just looking at this very simple trend line, you know, we could potentially come all the way up to the top of this channel, which could get us to around $120,000 Bitcoin. This cup and handle that I showed you, massive cup and handle right here. And
Nismo says, bro, once OnlyFans accepts Bitcoin, the price will go up. That would be, you know what? That'd be crazy because people spend a lot of money on that shit. It's insane.
And let me actually clean these charts up because I like to leave my drawings on for some reason so that they just look, oh, did not want to do that. Anyway, you guys can see that what I was trying to point out the last time, essentially, as you guys can see, is right here. Do you notice what's happening with these higher waves? And actually, you have this wave right here. So, you know, you could say that we're still building the base here. And I mean, again, like, there's not really much to say. What Bitcoin's at 99,000. Let me check the live watch guru, 98.99. So, I mean, guys, at the end of the day, if Bitcoin hits 100,000, that'd be great. I'm not going to do a live stream because I don't have like the stuff set up for that. But yeah, this is a shorter video. But I just wanted to just let you guys know that Bitcoin is like very close to breaking. It could fall back into it. It could consolidate. I mean, I kind of had a target for like Monday or Tuesday next week for the breakout. This breakout came a lot earlier than I had anticipated. So, I mean, I don't know, guys, but maybe by the time you watch this is 100,000, and maybe at that point I'll change the intro of the video or something.
Sure
but,
is.
That's basically it, guys. So until next time.
102,
yeah. By the way, comment below. How long have you been watching the channel for? How long? When did you buy your Bitcoin? You know, are you holding? I don't know. I'm just curious because, you know, we've been literally talking about Bitcoin. You know, it was down at like 3,000. You know, back in the early days, and it's just.
That's when I started watching him. That's funny. That is funny. When did you guys get into Bitcoin? Put the price in the chat.
Just, I mean, this might go. This might actually go. Should I just sit here and just look at this? Nah, that'd be boring. I don't know, guys. Maybe if it's 100,000 by the time the video comes out, then I'll change.
He has such a squirrel brain. He just like kind of goes off in left field to right. All right. Last but not least, I got to watch this. Top 21 crypto coins that will explode in 2025. I don't know how good this is. I don't know if there's any shill in here, so I apologize in advance, but I want to see what he says.
21 crypto coins that will explode in 2025. Share this video with one friend who's also interested in crypto. You don't want to get rich all by yourself. I've been in crypto for years and made money. Most people don't know what they're talking about. I do. If you like making money in crypto, subscribe for more videos just like this. And
Mr. Max Voltage, you got in 2019? Damn. I thought you were in before me.
Disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor. This video, it's not financial advice, but I think if you get these 21 altcoins on your radar, you will be happy. I own many of these altcoins. I was an early investor in some of these altcoins. If you want to know what crypto coins I truly believe in, this is it. Again, share this video with one friend who's also interested in crypto.
All right, spit it out.
The number one altcoin that I'm bullish on in 2025 is Ethereum. Larry Fink.
Ooh. Who else is bullish on Ethereum? I know a lot of you guys hate it, but it's only because you're miners and you don't like the fact they went proof of stake. Ethereum does still have a bunch to go, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
And Donald Trump both like Ethereum. Donald Trump actually owns more Ethereum than Bitcoin. Number 2, Solana. The number 2 altcoin I'm bullish on in 2025, and these really aren't in any particular order. The next altcoin is Solana. Solana is the next Ethereum. It will outperform Ethereum. When you take a look at the mind share and the buzz that's around this project right now, it's hard not to be bullish. Number 3, Sui. Sui is the next Solana. Sui will outperform Solana.
You think so?
Retail.
Who has Sui? I don't own any of it. I do own Solana and Ethereum, but not Sui. I don't know much about it.
Hasn't even discovered Sui yet. Where Sui is right now reminds me of where Solana was back in 2021.
It is cheap.
Number 4, Supra. Supra, in my opinion, is the next Sui. So Supra.
Can I swap it on Tangems? Anybody know? I'm gonna have to look right now. I want to see if we can swap for Sui.
Coin just launched. It actually, Supra reminds me of where Solana was back in 2020. Great tech. I do think there's a possibility here for Supra to really be the next Sui or Solana in 2025. Again, this project just launched. It is early. Any coin we talk about, you can buy, sell, or trade any of these crypto coins.
No. Knock it off.
Is the number 1 decentralized science coin that, it fits into the DeSci narrative. There are big backers supporting this project, including Brian Armstrong. Just like Coinbase itself, Coinbase Crypto Exchange, Brian Armstrong is the co-founder of this. By the way, like the video if you're getting value. Number 6, Superverse. Very solid crypto gaming pick. I don't know of any other crypto gaming projects that are as built out.
Sui's at $4 right now, and you can swap for it inside Tangem. If you guys don't have a Tangem wallet, link is in the pinned comment. Go check it out. You get 10% off with code CCXD.
And have the buzz and connections and partnerships like Superverse has right now. Number 7, Koti. This is the next big Ethereum layer 2. You've heard of Polygon, you know about Arbitrum, Optimism, and all those others. This is kind of like the dark horse in the Ethereum L2 race. There is a privacy component, which I like. I am bullish on Koti. Number 8, XRP, the number 1 banking coin. XRP's price has been suppressed for years. Now we finally have blue skies for this project. Let's see what it can do. I mean, you tell me. I feel like everybody knows about XRP at this point. What do you really think XRP can do? Number 8, Paid. Backed by Binance, certified crowdfunding opportunities made simple and accessible. Paid is coming back into this bull market in such a big way. I'm keeping this project on my radar. Number 9, Polkadot. Polkadot has always done things a little bit differently. Most people think that Polkadot is a dead/old project. I think that these are signs that we're really closer to the bottom as all sellers have been exhausted. But hey, we'll see. Number 10, Cardano. People either love Cardano or hate Cardano. I think
Cardano's going to do fantastic.
Getting praised in the comments or lambasted in my comments right now for putting Cardano on this list. If you like or hate Cardano, let me know, and I'll either keep updating you on this project or I'll stop covering it if you prefer, so just let me know. Number 11, Injective. This is the fastest blockchain for everything finance. Incubated by Binance and powered by their Injective token. The tokenomics for Injective now are elite, in my opinion. They have a great token burn mechanism, making this project deflationary. Number 12, Humans AI and their Heart token. If you like AI, take a look at this one. This is AI working for humans, as you may or may not be able to tell by their name. Most people will ignore this because you've never heard of it before, but I would look into this if I were you. Number 13, LimeWire. If you like AI, content creation, and nostalgia,
How many of you guys downloaded this back in the day and gave your computer a virus? How many? Come on, be real.
Look at LimeWire. This is not your older Millennium Cousins version of LimeWire. This is the new and improved AI LimeWire with their crypto token. Number 14, if you want a meme coin that is dirt cheap but highly connected.
Yeah, some of the stuff he's shilling, like he was paid to talk about Foxy for sure. I know that. Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, he's not wrong. Most of these coins are going to do very well.
I would check out Foxy. This is the unofficial meme coin of MetaMask, the most popular wallet in the space. Consensus, the biggest company that backs Ethereum, and Linea, an Ethereum L2. The story of Foxy is not over, especially when you look at who's backing them. Get Foxy on your radar. Number 15, AIT. Another AI play that I like is AIT, because this or something like this will be the future of AI in crypto. Like, before you write AIT off, just take a look at what they're doing. Hey, and by the way, before we get to our last several picks, I do want to stress that most of my portfolio is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very valuable. Bitcoin will be here years to come. It's digital gold. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. I think it's a good idea to have a plan to increase your Bitcoin stack year over year, and altcoins are a great way to do that. Number 16, Xborg. Xborg is building the world's largest player identity protocol to drive the evolution of online experiences. This token has yet to realize its full potential, in my opinion. I do like Xborg. Look into this. Number 17.
I like how he's blasting through this, actually. So you got to give him credit for that. Even if he is shilling in some of these coins, like, he's blasting through a lot of coins that people might not have heard about.
Bico token from Biconomy. Build seamless apps with the best UX. So basically, the Biconomy modular execution environment enables developers to compose transactions, intents, and off-chain data across all blockchain networks. If you're in it for the tech, you might like Biconomy. Number 18, Chainlink. A lot of people know about Chainlink. Really, the only question, I think, for those of us who know about Chainlink, the only question in our minds is, does Chainlink have a good future like it's had such a good past? And I would argue that I think it does. They're working not only with Swift, but the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. They are doing big things. This project will be here years from now, building out, expanding, partnering. I don't think the market has fully priced in the significance of Chainlink being here years to come yet. Speaking of a project that has big ties to traditional finance, Ondo Finance, this project is so highly connected to BlackRock and Wall Street. Like, the awareness for this project is damn near close to zero when we think of the entire world. Obviously, some people in crypto know it. But the people who do know about Ondo Finance is Larry Fink, is all of Wall Street. I mean, they are doing real things. So certainly, Ondo Finance makes the list. Hey, guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We put out one video every day, keeping you informed on everything going on in crypto. If you want to make money in crypto, make sure you subscribe. And please, comment one coin that you like, that you think should be on this list. I'm looking at the comments now and responding to you. In the home stretch, number 20 is Bonsai. This is the WordPress of Web3, building no-code solutions for AI, RWAs.
You didn't say Caspa, though. Uh-oh.
And Web3. Find the best dApps at the Bonsai Web3 Hub.
They
Again,
don't pay for
these are coins that I
so.
like. I'm sure that you have a different list than me. I'm glad you think for yourself, but please let me know. I want to be into the coins that you're into. Please comment coins that I should be putting on this list in the comment below. Because I think 2025 will be a huge year for crypto in general. Many altcoins, obviously other ones besides the ones on this list, will do well. And so all that being said, the final coin on my list today, I could go with a lot of these. Let's go with... I don't own any of this project. I wish I would have bought, but I do think that this coin will probably do well. Let's go with Pepe.
Oh, God. Pepe. Get the fuck out of here. Bunch of crap. All right. Anyways, recap segment of things for anybody just joining. Bitcoin, 103,000. Hell yeah. Ethereum, 39.21. God damn.
Perfect.
Everything's amazing.
Perfect.
We have Dogecoin. Almost 45 cents over here, up 8.29%. Litecoin, $142, 150 incoming. Sui is at $4. I just swapped some on Tangem. Tangem makes it so easy to buy coins. It's amazing. I love it. ADA, $1.22. I'm gonna buy some more ADA today. Actually, I have to. I sold out too early on some of it, and I'm gonna buy back in. It's all right. I'll be buying the top forever. just hold it if it goes down, and it'll come back eventually. ETC 37.54. But with me saying that, right, just hold it and it'll come back. If you guys right now have life-changing money, please change your life. Don't be stupid and don't hold it forever. Take profits. It'll come back to a point where you can buy back in eventually, right? So just make sure you guys take money, like take profits. If you again can change your life, do it. Render, $10.10, up 13% today, looking fantastic. Everything's looking great. This whole market's looking great. It really is. Crypto bubbles, see what we got over here. Biggest earner of the day, still Jasmy, doing insane. Almost 5 cents. That's crazy. 16.6% up on the day. Again, Render 13.8% over here on on Crypto Bubbles. Let's see, Shiba is up 6.3%. I need Shiba to keep running. It's ranked number 12 now. Is it 12th? Is it in 12th place? It's like CoinGecko. It's in 13th over here. $18 billion market cap. I don't think they have Lido Staked Ether on this chart. Oh, they do. Weird. I wonder why that's off. I wonder why the market cap's off on that. Strange. It says Shiba's in 12th, but regardless, 18. Oh, you know what? Is it the... No, it wouldn't be the stable coins. Interesting. Very interesting. But anyways, Bitcoin, $2 trillion market cap, finally broke 2 trillion. Insane.
Perfect.
103,000. The Duke into Bitcoin. Amazing. Proud of all of you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this insane. It drew a line. It's actually getting pretty close. It's actually getting pretty close to the top of that. This is like from since like inception. This is everything. This is the whole chart. Outlook. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here. We're gonna have to see. Gonna have to see. Hopefully not a lot of sideways. Hopefully it just keeps mooning, but you never know. All right, with that being said, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna leave you guys with this because I have to. It's that day. It's that day. We gotta celebrate a little bit. So you guys have a great, happy, and safe Thursday. I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time ish. And until then, peace out and have a good day. Let's go enjoy this song.
Woke up, check the chart, had a heart attack. Yeah, we climbed so far from where we started at. Tell me where were you when Biddy hit 100 racks? We kept the faith, ran the race, now we run it back. Woke up, check the chart, had a heart attack. Yeah, we climbed so far from where we started at. Tell me where were you when Biddy hit 100 racks? We kept the faith, ran the race, now we run it back. 100 racks, 100 bands, 100 million sats. Hold it in my hands. Yeah, they used to laugh at us, now they wanna dance. They never bought any before, but now they want a chance. TV news reports going to the moon. A year ago, that very station told you it was doomed. I was telling everyone about it, they never heard me though. Now I'm checking my folio, getting vertigo. Woke up, checked the chart, had a heart attack. Yeah, we climbed so far from where we started at. Tell me where were you when Biddy hit 100 racks? We kept the faith, ran the race, now we run it back. Woke up, checked the chart, had a heart attack. Yeah, we climbed so far from where we started at. Tell me where were you when Biddy hit 100 racks? We kept the faith, ran the race, now we run it back. Shout out Gary G. Wow. Senator Warren, the biggest clown show on earth. They kept the circus going. Those ETFs received the checks and kept the surplus flowing. They tried their best to FUD, but nothing stopped the chart from blowing. Shout out Larry Fink and all the Wall Street chads. The people that were laughing at us about to buy our bags. Back in 2018, I said I'd never sell. Now they're bidding 6-figure biddy. Maybe I will. Woke up, checked the chart, had a heart attack. Yeah, we climbed so far from where we started at. Tell me where were you when Biddy hit 100 racks? We kept the faith, ran the race, now we run it back. Woke up, checked the chart, had a heart attack. Yeah, we climbed so far from where we started at. Tell me where were you when Biddy hit 100 racks? We kept the faith, ran the race, now we run it back. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me for all these years. Living through all the fun, holding, accumulating, dollar cost averaging. This is our moment. Congratulations.
What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay? Right, like, the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right, I mean, right, but I mean, we can all look Bitcoin sort of as...
Forever, Laura. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor.
Perfect.
People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. 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 Okay.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Peace, peace.
Eat shit, Gary.